property, the pleasant garden of great Italy, and by my father's love, and leave him armed with his goodwill and thy good company, my trusty servant, well approved in all. Here, let us breathe, and happily institute a course of learning and ingenious studies. And therefore, Tranio, for the time I study virtue, and that part of philosophy will I apply that treats of happiness by virtue, specially to be achieved. Tell me thy mind, for I have peace left, and am to Padua come, as he that leaves a shallow plash to plunge him in the deep, and with satiety seeks to quench his thirst.
Me perdinato, gentle mastermind. I am in all affected as yourself, glad you thus continue your resolve to suck the sweets of sweet philosophy. Only, good master, while we do admire this virtue and this moral discipline, let's be no stoics nor no stocks, I pray. No profit grows where is no pleasure ta'en. And brief, sir, study what you most affect.
Gramercy's, Tranio, well dost thou advise. But stay a while, what company's this?
Gentlemen, importune me no farther, for how firmly I am resolved you know. That is not to bestow my youngest daughter before I have a husband for the elder. If either of you both love Catherine, because I know you well and love you well, leave shall you have to gird her at your pleasure.
I pray you, sir, is it your will to make a stale of me amongst these mates?
Mates, maid? How mean you that? No mates for you, unless you are of a gentler, milder mold.
If faith, sir, you shall never have me to fear.
From all such devils, good Lord, deliver us.
Me too, good Lord. Look, master, here's some good pastime for it. That wench is stark mountains, wonderful fresh.
But in the other silence do I see maid's mild behavior and sobriety. Peace, Tranio.
Sister, content you in my discontent. Sir, to your pleasure, humbly I subscribe. My books and instruments shall be my company, on them to look and practice by myself.
Why will you mew her up, Baptista, for this fiend of hell, and make her bear the penance of her tongue?
Gentlemen, content you. I am resolved. Bianca, go in. And for I know she taketh most delight in music, instruments, and poetries. Schoolmasters will I keep within the house, fit to instruct her youth. If either of you know of any such, prefer them hither. Catherine, you may stay, for I have more to commune with Bianca.
Why, and I trust I may go too, may I not? What? Am I to be appointed hours, as though it be like I knew not when to take or when to leave? Ugh!
You may go to the devil's dam. Your gifts are so good, here's none will hold you. Yet for the love I bear my sweet Bianca, if I can by any means light on a fit man to teach her that wherein she delights, I will wish him to her father.
Though the nature of our quarrel yet never looked brooked parley, know now upon advice, it toucheth us both, that we may yet again have access to our fair mistress, and be happy rivals in Bianca's love, to labor and effect one thing specially.
What's that, I pray?
Marry, sir, to get a husband for her sister.
I say a devil. Think'st thou, Hortensio, though her father be very rich, any man is so very a fool to be married to hell?
Tush, Gremio, though it pass your patience and mine to endure her loud alarums, why, man, there be good fellows in the world, and a man could light on them, would take her with all faults and money enough. But come, since this bar in law makes us friends, it shall be so far forth friendly maintained, till by helping Baptista's eldest daughter to a husband, we set his youngest free for a husband, then have to it afresh. Sweet Bianca, happy man be his dole. He that runs fastest gets the ring. How say you, Senor Gremio?
I am agreed. Would I had given him the best horse in Padua to begin his wooing that would thoroughly woo her, wed her, and bed her, and rid the house of her. Come on.
I pray tell me, sir, is it possible that love should of a sudden take such hold?
Tranio, till I found it to be true, I never thought it possible or likely. Tranio, I burn, I pine, I perish, Tranio. If I achieve not this young, modest girl, assist me, Tranio, for I know thou wilt.
I pray, awake, sir. If you love the maid, bend thoughts and wits to achieve her. Thus it stands. Her elder sister is so cursed and so shrewd that till the father rid his hands of her master, Your love must leave a maid at home.
Oh, Tranio, what a cruel father is he! But art thou not advised he took some care to get her cunning schoolmasters to instruct her?
Aye, marry am I, sir. And now 'tis plotted. You shall be the schoolmaster and undertake the teaching of the maid. That's your device.
It is. May it be done.
Not possible. For who shall be in Padua here Vincentio's son? Ply his house, keep his book, welcome his friends, and banquet them, and...
Basta content thee, for I have it full. We have not yet been seen in any house, nor can we be distinguished by our faces for man or master. Then it follows thus. Thou shalt be Master Tranio in my stead. Keep house and port and servants as I should.
I am content to be Lucentio, for so well I love Lucentio.
Verona, for a while I take my leave to visit my friends in Padua, but of all my best, beloved and approved friend, Hortensio. And I trow this is his house, here, Sira Brumio knock, I say.
Knock, sir, whom should I knock? Is there any man that has rebuked your worship?
Villain, I say, knock me here soundly.
Knock you here, sir? Why? What am I, sir, that I should knock you here, sir?
Villain, I say, knock me at this gate and rap me well, or I'll knock your name's pate.
Oh, my master is grown quarrelsome. I should knock you first, and then after I'll know who comes by the worst.
Will it not be? Faith, Sirrah, and you'll not knock, I'll ring it. I'll try how you can, sol, fa, and sing it.
This is how my master is mad.
Now knock when I bid you, Sirrah.
How now? What's the matter? My old friend Grumio and my good friend Petruchio, how do you all at Verona?
Signor Hortensio, come you to part the fray.
Look, sir, he bid me to knock him and rap him soundly, sir. Whom would I have knocked first, and had not Grumio come by the worst?
A senseless villain, good Hortensio. I bade the rascal knock upon your gate and could not get him for my heart to do it.
Knock at the gate? Oh, heaven, speak ye not these words plain. Sirrah, knock me here, knock me here, knock me well, and knock me soundly. Then come you now with knocking at the gate.
Sirrah, be gone, or talk not, I advise you.
And tell me now, sweet friend, what happy gale blows you to Padua here from old Verona?
Such winds as scatter young men through the world to seek their fortunes farther than at home, where small experience grows. But thus it stands with me. Antonio, my father, is deceased. And I have thrust myself into this maze, happily, to wive and thrive as best I may. Crowds in my purse I have, and goods at home, and I have come abroad to see the world.
Petruchio, shall I then come roundly to thee and wish thee to a shrewd, ill-favored wife? Thou wouldst thank me but a little for my counsel, and yet I'll promise thee she shall be rich, and very rich. But thou art too much my friend, and so I'll not wish thee to her.
Signor Hortensio, twixt such friends as we, few words suffice. Therefore, if thou know one rich enough to be Petruchio's wife, as wealth is burden of my wooing dance, then were she as foul as was Florentius' love, as old as Sibyl, and as cursed and shrewd as Socrates' Xanthib, or worse, she moves me not, or removes not at least affection's edge in me, where she is rough as are the swelling Adriatic seas. I come to wive it wealthily in Padua, if wealthily, then happily in Padua.
Look, sir, he tells you flatly what his mind is. Why, give him gold enough and marry him to a puppet or an aglet baby, or an old trot with never the tooth in her head. So she had as many diseases as 250 horses. Nothing comes amiss, so money comes withal.
Petruchio, since we are stepped thus far in, I will continue that I broached in jest. I can, Petruchio, help thee to a wife with wealth enough, and young and beauteous, brought up as best becomes a gentlewoman. Her only fault, and that is faults enough, is that she is intolerable, cursed, and shrewd, and froward, so beyond all measure that were my state far worse than it is, I would not wed her for a mine of gold.
Hortensio, peace! Thou knowest not gold's effect. Tell me her father's name, and it is enough.
Her father is Baptista Manola, an affable and courteous gentleman. Her name is Caterina Manola, renowned in Padua for her scolding tongue.
I know her father, though I know not her, and he knew my deceased father well. I will not sleep, Hortensio, till I see him.
Tarry, Petruchio. I must go with thee. Aha! For in Baptista's keep my treasure is. He hath the jewel of my life in hold, his youngest daughter, beautiful Bianca, supposing it a thing impossible for those defects I have before rehearsed, that ever Caterina will be wooed, Therefore, this order hath Baptista ta'en, that none shall have access unto Bianca till Catherine the Cursed have got a husband.
Catherine the Cursed, a title for a maid of all titles worth.
Now, shall my friend Petruchio do me grace and offer me disguised in sober robes to old Baptista as a schoolmaster, well seen in music, to instruct Bianca, so that I may, by this device at least, have leave and leisure to make love to her and unsuspected court her by herself.
Master, look about you! Who goes there?
Peace, Grumio. It is the rival of my love. Petruchio, stand by a while.
Ah, very well. I approve the note. Hark you, sir, I'll have them very fairly bound, all books of love. See that at any hand. See you read no other lectures to her. You understand me. Over and beside Signor Baptista's liberality, I'll mend it with the largest. Take your papers, too, and let me have them very well perfumed, for she is sweeter than perfume itself to whom they go to. What will you read to her?
Whate'er I read to her, I'll plead for you as for my patron, stand you so assured, as firmly as yourself are still in place. Yea, and perhaps with more successful words than you. Unless you were a scholar, sir.
God save you, Signor Grumio.
You are very well met, Signor Hortensio. Pray you whither I am going? To Baptista Minola. I promised to inquire carefully about a schoolmaster for the fair Bianca, and by good fortune I lighted upon this young man. For learning and behavior fit for her turn, well read in poetry and other books. Good ones, I warrant you.
'Tis well. And I have met a gentleman hath promised me to help me to another, a fine musician to instruct our mistress. So shall I know it be behind in duty to fair Bianca, so beloved of me.
Beloved of me, and that my deeds shall prove.
Grumio, 'tis now no time to vent our love. Listen to me, and if you speak me fair, I'll tell you news indifferent good for either. Here is a man whom by chance I met, upon agreement from us to his liking, will undertake to woo cursed Catherine, yea, and to marry her, if her dowry please.
So said, so done as well. Hortensio, have you told him all her full?
I know that she is an irksome brawling scold. If that be all, masters, I hear no harm.
No? Sayest me so, friend. What countryman?
Born in Verona, Antonio's son. My father's dead, my fortune lives for me, and I do hope good days and long to see.
Oh, sir, such a life with such a wife were strange. If you have the stomach to it, in God's name you shall have me assisting you in all. Will you woo this wildcat?
Will I live?
Will you woo her? Aye, or I'll hang her.
Why came I hither but to that intent? Think you little did daunt mine ears. Have I not in my time heard lions roar? Have I not heard the sea, puffed up with winds, rage like an angry boar chafed with sweat? Have I not, in crowded battle, heard great ordnance and heaven's artillery thunder in the skies? Have I not, in pitched battle, heard loud alarms, neighing steeds and trumpets clang? And do you tell me of a woman's tongue, which gives not half so great a blow to hear as will a chestnut in a farmer's fire? Tush, tush, fear boys with bows.
God save you, gentlemen! If I may be so bold, which is the readiest way to the house of Signor Baptista Minola?
He that has two fair daughters, is it he who you mean?
Even he, Biondello.
Hark you, sir, you mean not her to...
Perhaps he meant her, sir. What have you to do?
Sir, the first for me, let her go by.
Oh, I love no chiders, sir. Biondello, let's away.
Well begun, Tranio?
Sir, a word, ere you go. Are you a suitor to the maid you speak of, yea or no?
And if I be, sir, what is it to you, sir? Why, sir, I pray, are not the streets as free for me as for you?
But so is not she.
For what reason, I beseech you?
For this reason, if you'll know, that she is the choice love of Signor Grumio.
That she's the chosen of Signor Hortensio.
Softly, my masters, if you be gentlemen, do me this right, hear me with patience. My father is a noble gentleman, to whom Baptista Minola is not at all unknown. And were his daughter fairer than she is, she might more suitors have, and me for one.
Sir, let me be so bold as to ask, Did you ever yet see Baptista's daughter?
No, sir, but I do hear that he hath two. The one is famous for a scolding tongue, as the other is for beauteous modesty.
I'll take care of the first one.
Oh, if this be true, sir, and you be the gentleman must stead us all and me among the rest. And if you do this feat, break the ice, achieve the elder, set the younger free, whose hap shall be to have her, shall not be so graceless as to be ingrate.
Petruchio, I shall be your benvenuto.
Not, nor wrong yourself to make a bondmaid and a slave of me, that I disdain. But for these other goods... No. Untie my hands, I'll pull them off myself, yea, all my raiment to my petticoat, or what you will command me will I do, so well I know my duty to my elders.
Of all thy suitors, I charge thee tell whom thou lovest best. See thou dissemble not.
Believe me, sister, of all the men alive, I never yet beheld that special face that I could fancy more than any other.
Minion, thou liest. It's not Hortensio?
If you affect him, sister, here I swear I'll plead for you myself, but you shall have him.
Nay, then be like you fancy riches more. You will have Gremio to keep you fair.
Is it for him you do envy me so? Say, then you jest, and now I will perceive you have but jested with me all this while.
Check.
I prithee, Sister Kate, unbind my hands.
If that be jest, and all the rest was so.
What? How now, dame? Whence grows this insolence?
no,
Bianca, stand aside. Poor girl, she weeps. Go ply thy needle, Madeline with her. For shame, thou hilding of a devilish spirit. Why dost thou wrong her that never did wrong thee? When did she cross thee with a bitter word?
Her silence flouts me, and I'll be revenged.
What, in my sight? Bianca, get thee in.
What, will you not suffer me? Nay, now I see, she is your treasure. She must have a husband. I must dance barefoot on her wedding day, and for your love to her leave apes in hell. Talk not to me. I will go sit and weep till I can find occasion of revenge.
Was ever gentleman thus grieved as I? But who comes here?
Good morrow, neighbor Baptista.
Good morrow, neighbor Gremio. God save you, gentlemen.
And you, good sir, pray, have you not a daughter named Katerina, fair and virtuous?
I have a daughter, so called Katharina.
You are too blunt. Go to it orderly.
You wrong me, Signor Gremio. I am a gentleman of Veronis, that hearing of her beauty and wit, her affability and bashful modesty, her wondrous qualities and mild behavior, am bold to show myself a forward guest within your house, to make mine eye the witness of that report which I so oft have heard. And as an entrance to my entertainment, I do present you with a man of mine, cunning in music and the mathematics, to instruct her fully in those sciences, whereof I know she is not ignorant. Except of him, or else you do me wrong. His name is Lithium, born in Mantua.
You are welcome, sir, and he for your good sake. But for my daughter Catherine, this I know. She is not for your turn, the more my grief.
I see you do not mean to part with her, or else you like not my company.
Oh, mistake me not, sir. I speak but as I find. Whence are you? What may I call your name?
Petruchio is my name, Antonio's son, a man well known throughout all Italy.
By report, I know him well. You are very welcome, sir.
Saving your tale, Petruchio, I pray let us that our poor petitioners speak too. Neighbor,
This is a gift most grateful, I'm sure. To express the like kindness myself, who have been more kindly beholding to you than any, do present to you this young scholar, who has long been studying at rhymes, cunning in Greek and Latin as the other is in music and mathematics. His name is Cambio. Pray accept his service.
1,000 thanks, Senor Gremio. Welcome, good Cambio. But, gentle sir, methinks you walk like a stranger. May I be so bold to know the cause of your coming?
Pardon me, sir, the boldness is mine own, that being a stranger in this city here, do make myself a suitor to your daughter. Unto Bianca, fair and virtuous, nor is your firm resolve unknown to me in your preferment of the elder sister. This liberty is all that I request, that I may have welcome amongst the rest that come to woo, and free access and favor as the rest. And, toward the education of your daughters, I here present this small packet of Greek and Latin books, and this simple instrument. If you accept of them, sir, their worth is great.
Lucentio is your name. Of whence, I pray?
Of Pisa, sir, son to Vincentio.
Oh, a mighty man of Pisa. By report, I know him well. You are very welcome, sir. Take you the books, and you the lute. Sirrah, lead these gentlemen to my daughters, and tell them that these are their tutors. Bid them use them well.
Signor Baptista, my business asks with haste, and every day I cannot come to woo. You knew my father well, and in him me, left solely heir to all his lands and leases, which I have bettered rather than decreased. Then tell me, if I get your daughter's love, what dowry shall I have with her to wife?
Why, after my death, the one half of my lands, and in possession 20,000 crowns.
And for that dowry I'll assure her widowhood, be it that she survive me in all my lands and leases whatsoever. Let specialties be therefore drawn between us, that covenants may be kept on either hand.
Aye, when the special thing is well obtained, that is her love, for that is all in all.
Why, that is nothing. For I tell you, father, I am as peremptory as she, proud-minded. And where two raging fires meet together, they do to consume the thing that feeds their fury. Though little fire grows great with little wind, yet extreme gusts blow out fire and all. So I to her, and so she yields to me. For I am rough, and woo not like a babe.
Well mayst thou woo, and happy be thy speed, but be thou armed for some unhappy words.
Fuck you!
Aye, to the proof as mountains are for winds that shakes not, though they blow perpetually.
How now, my dear friend? Why dost thou look so pale?
For fear, I promise you, if I look pale.
What then, will my daughter prove a good musician?
I think she'll sooner prove a soldier. Iron may hold with her, but never lutes.
What then, thou canst not break her to the lute?
Why no, for she have broke the lute to me.
Now by the world, it is a lusty wench. I'll love her 10 times more than e'er I did. Oh, how I long to have some chat with her.
Well, be not so discomfited and come with me. Proceed and practice with my younger daughter. She is apt to learn and thankful for good turns. Signor Petruchio, will you come with us, or should I send my daughter Kate to you?
I pray you do. I'll attend her here. And woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she rang, or then I'll tell her plain she sings as sweetly as a night. Say that she frowned, then I'll say she looks as clear as morning roses newly washed with dew. Say that she be mute, and will not speak a word. Then I'll commend her volubility, and say she uttereth piercing eloquence. If she do bid me pack, I'll give her thanks as though she bid me stay by her a week. If she deny to wed, I shall crave the day when I shall ask the banns and when be merry. But here she comes. Now, Petruchio, speak. Good morrow, Kate, for that is your name, I hear.
Well, have you heard? But something hard of hearing. They call me Catherine in the talk.
You lie, in faith, for you are called plain Kate, and bonny Kate, and sometimes Kate the Cursed. But Kate, the prettiest Kate in Christendom. Kate of Kate Hall, my super dainty Kate. For dainties are all Kates, and therefore Kate. Take this as Kate of my consolation. Hearing thy mild praise in every town, thy virtue spoke of, and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply to me belongs. Myself I moved to woo thee for my life.
moved. In good time. Let him that moved you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first. You were immovable.
Why, what's immovable?
A joint stool.
Thou hast hit it. Come, sit on me.
Asses are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such jade as you, if me you mean.
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee. For knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Should buzz.
Well ta'en and like a buzzard.
Oh, slow-winged turtle, will a buzzard take thee?
I for a turtle as he takes a buzzard.
Come, you wasp. In faith, you are too angry.
I be waspish, best beware my sting.
My remedy then is to pluck it out.
I who could find it where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours if you talk of tails, and so farewell.
What? With my tongue? In your tail? Nay, come again, good Kate. I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
I swear I'll cut you if you strike again.
So you may lose your arms. If you strike me, you are no gentleman. And if no gentleman, why then no arms?
A herald, Kate. Oh, put me in thy books.
What is that crest? A coxcomb?
A combless cock, and so Kate will be my head.
No cock of mine you crow to like a craven.
Hey, come, Kate, come. You must not look so
It's
sour.
my fashion when I see a crab.
Why, here's no crab, and therefore look not sour.
There is. There is.
Then show it me.
Had I a glass, I would.
What, you mean my face?
Could well aimed for such a young one.
Now, by St. George, I am too young for you.
Yet you are withered.
'Tis with care.
I care not.
Nay, here you, Kate, in sooth, you escape not so.
I chafe you if I tarry. Let me go.
No, not a whit. I find you passing gentle. 'Twas told me you were rough, and coy, and sullen. And now I find report of very life. For thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous, but slow in speech, yet sweet as springtime flowers. Thou canst not frown, thou canst not look askance, nor bite the lip as angry wenches will. Nor hast thou pleasure to be cross in tongue. But thou with mildness entertainest thy wounds, with gentle conference soft and affable. Why does the world report that Kate doth limp? O slanderous world, Kate, like the hazel twig, is straight and slender and brown in hue as hazelnuts, and sweeter than the kernels. Oh, let me see thee walk. Thou dost not halt.
Go, fool, in whom thou keep'st command.
Did ever Dian so become a throne as Kate this chamber with her princely gait? Oh, be thou Dian, and let her be Kate, and let Kate be chaste, and Dian sportful.
Where did you learn all this goodly speech?
It is extempore from my mother wit.
Witty mother, witless else her son.
Am I not wise?
Yes, keep you warm.
Marry, so I mean, sweet Catherine, in thy bed. And, therefore, setting all this chat aside, thus in plain terms, your father hath consented that you shall be my wife. Your dowry agreed on, and will you, nill you, I will marry you. Now, Kate, I am a husband for your turn, for by this light whereby I see thy beauty doth make me like thee well, thou must be married to no man but me. For I am born to tame you, Kate, and bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable as other household Kates. Now, here comes your father. Never make denial. I must and will have Catherine to my wife.
Now, Signor Petruchio, how fare you with my daughter?
Oh, how but well, sir. How but well. 'Twere impossible I should speed amiss.
What now, daughter Catherine? In your dumps?
Call you me daughter? Now, I promise you, you have shown a tender fatherly regard to which we went to one half a lunatic, a madcap ruffian, and a swearing jack who thinks with oaths to face the matter out.
Father, 'tis thus. Yourself and all the world that talked amiss of her. For she's not, if she be cursed, it is for policy. For she's not froward, but modest as the dove. She is not hot, but temperate as the morn. For patience she will prove a second Griselle and Roman Lucrece for her chastity. And to conclude, we have agreed so well together that upon Sunday is the wedding day.
I'll see thee hanged on Sunday first.
Petruchio, she says she'll see thee hanged first. Is this thy speeding? Nay, then good night our part.
Be patient, gentlemen. I choose her for myself. If she and I be pleased, what's that to you? 'Tis bargain twixt us twain being alone, that she shall still be cursed in company. Oh, I tell you, it's incredible to believe how much she loves me. Oh, the kindest Kate. She hung about my neck, and kiss on kiss, she vied so fast, protesting oath on oath, that in a twink she won me to her love. Oh, 'tis a world to see, oh, you're novices, 'tis a world to see how tame, when men and women are alone, a meacock wretch can make the tamest shrew. Give me thy hand, Kate. Oh. I will to Venice to buy apparel against the wedding day. Provide the feast, father, and bid the guest. I will be sure my Kate shall be fine.
I know not what to say, good Petruchio, but give me your hands. God send you joy, son. 'Tis a match.
Father and wife and gentlemen, adieu. I will to Venice to buy apparel against the wedding day. Sunday comes apace, and we'll have rings and things in fine array. And kiss me, Kate, for we'll be married on Sunday.
Was ever match clapped up so suddenly? But now, Baptista, to your younger daughter. Now is the day we long have looked for. I am your neighbor, and was suitor first.
And I am one that love Bianca more than words can witness or thoughts can comprehend.
Gentlemen, content you. I will compound this strife. 'Tis deeds must win a prize, and he of both that can assure my daughter greatest dower shall have my Bianca's love. Say, Senor Gremio, what can you assure her?
First, as you know, my house within the city is richly furnished with plate and gold, basins and ewers to lay of her dainty hands, my hangings all of Tyrian tapestry. In ivory coffers have I stuffed my crowns, and cypress chests my arras counterpoints. Costly apparel, tents and canopies, fine linens, turkey cushions bossed with pearl, valance of Venice gold and needlework, pewter and brass, and all things which belong to house or housekeeping. Myself am struck in years, I must confess. But if I die tomorrow, all this is hers. Whilst I live, she will be only mine.
Sir, list to me. I am my father's heir and only son, and if I have your daughter to my wife, I leave her houses 3 or 4 as good, within rich Pisa walls, as any one old Signor Gremio has in Padua. Besides 2,000 ducats by the year of fruitful land, all of which shall be her jointure. What, have I pinched you, Signor Gremio?
I must confess, your offer is the best, and let your father make the assurance she's your own, else, pardon me, if you were to die before him, where's her dower?
That's but a cavil. He is old, I young.
And may not young men die as well as old?
May not young men die as well.
Gentlemen, I am resolved. Content thee. Next Sunday, you know, my daughter Catherine is to be married. Now, the Sunday following, shall Bianca be bride to you, if you make her the assurance. If not, to Senor Gremio. And so I take my leave and bid you both thanks.
'Tis in my head to do my master good. I see no reason but that supposed Lucentio must get a father called supposed Vincentio. And that's a wonder. Fathers commonly do get their sons. But in this case of wooing, a child shall get a sire, if I fail not of my cunning.
Fiddler, forbear, you grow too forward, sir. Have you so soon forgot the entertainment her sister Catherine welcomed you withal?
Then give me leave to have prerogative, and when in music we have spent an hour, your lecturer shall have leisure for as much.
Preposterous ass, that never read so far to know the cause why music was ordained. Was it not to refresh the mind of man after his studies or his usual pain? Therefore, give me leave to read philosophy, and, while I pause, serve in your harmony.
Why, gentlemen, you do me double wrong to strive for that which resteth in my choice. I am no preaching scholar in the schools. I'll not be tied to hours nor appointed times, but learn my lessons as I please myself. And to cut off all strife, here sit we down. Take you your instrument, play you the whiles. His lecture will be done ere you have tuned.
You'll leave his lecture when I am in tune?
That will be never. Tune your instrument.
Where left we last?
Here, madam. Hic ibat sumuis. Haec est sigeia tellus. Haec steterat priami. Regia celsa Sinus.
I can stir them.
Haec ibat, as I told you before. Simois, I am Lucentio. Haec est, son unto Vincentio de Pisa. Sigeia tellus, disguised thus to get your love. Haec steterat. And that Lucentio who comes a-wooing? Priami is my man Tranio. Regia, bearing my port, Celsa Sinus, that we might beguile the old pantaloon.
Madam, my instrument's in tune.
Let's hear it. Oh, fly the treble jars!
Spit in the hole, man. Tune again.
Now let me see if I can construe them. Hic ebat simois. I know you not. Hic est sigea tellus. I trust you not. Hic steterat priami. Take heed he hear us not. Regia, presume not. Celsa sedis. Despair not.
Madam, tis now in tune.
Oh, but the bass!
The bass is right. 'Tis the bass knave that jars.
In time I may believe, yet I mistrust. Take it not unkindly, good master, pray that I have been thus pleasant with you both.
You may go walk, and give me leave a while. My lessons make no music in 3 parts.
Are you so formal, sir? Well, I must wait. And watch withal, for but I be deceived, our fine musician groweth amorous.
Madam, before you touch the instrument, to learn the order of my fingering, I must begin with the rudiments of art.
Mistress, your father prays you leave your books and help to dress your sister's chamber up. You know tomorrow is the wedding day.
Farewell, sweet masters, both. I must be gone.
Faith, mistress, then I've no cause to stay.
But I have cause to pry into this pedant. Methinks he looks as though he were in love. Yet if thy thoughts, Bianca, be so humble as to cast thy wandering eyes on every stale, seize thee that list. If once I find thee ranging, Hortensio will be quit with thee by changing.
Signor Lucentio, this is the appointed day that Catherine and Petruchio should be married, and yet we hear not of our son-in-law. What will be said? What mockery will it be to want the bridegroom when the priest attends to speak the ceremonial rites of marriage? What says Signor Lucentio of the shame of ours?
No shame but mine! I must, forsooth, be forced to give my hand opposed against my heart unto a mad-brained Rudesby, full of spleen, who wooed in haste and means to wed at leisure. I told you, he was a frantic fool, hiding his bitter jests and blunt behavior, and to be noted for a merry man, he'll woo 1,000, make friends, invite, and proclaim the banns, yet never means to wed where he hath wooed. Now must the world look at poor Catherine and say, lo, there is mad Petruchio's wife. If it should please him, come and marry her.
Patience, good Catherine, and Baptista too. Upon my life, Petruchio means, but well, whatever fortune states him from his word. Though he be merry, yet I know him passing wise. Though he be blunt, yet withal he's honest.
Catherine had never seen him, though.
Oh, go. I cannot blame thee now to weep, for such an injury would vex a very saint. What, is he here?
Why, no, sir.
What then?
He is coming.
When will he be here?
When he stands where I am and sees you there. Why, Petruchio is coming in a new hat and an old jerkin, a pair of breeches thrice turned, a pair of boots that have been candle cases, one buckled, another laced, his horse hipped with an old mouthy saddle and stirrups of no kindred, with an old sword taken out of the town armory, with 2 broken points, and chapless with a broken hilt, and with 1 girth 6 times pieced, and a woman's crupper of valor, which hath 2 letters for her name, fairly set down in studs, and here and there, pieced with pack thread.
Upon my life, Petruchio means but well.
I'm glad he's come, howsoever he comes.
Why, sir, he comes not.
What? Didn't thou say he comes?
Who? That Petruchio came?
Aye, that Petruchio came.
Why, no, sir. I say his horse comes with him on his back.
Why, that's the same thing.
Nay, by St. Jamie, I hold you a penny. A horse and a man is more than one. And yet, not many.
Where be these gallants? Who's at home?
You are welcome, sir.
And yet I come not well.
And yet you halt not.
And not so well apparelled as we wish you were.
Were it better I should rush in thus.
Oh!
But where is Kate? Where is my lovely bride? How does my father, gentles, methinks you frown? And wherefore gaze this goodly company as though they saw some wondrous monument, some comet or unusual prodigy?
Why, sir, you know this is your wedding day. First we were sad, fearing you would not come. Now sadder that you come so unprovided. Fine, doff this habit a shame to your estate, and eyesore to our solemn festival.
Go into my chamber, put on clothes of mine.
Not I, believe me. Thus I'll visit her.
But thus I trust you will not marry her.
Good sooth, even thus, therefore done it with words. To me she's married, not unto my clothes. Could I repair what she will wear in me, as I could change these poor accoutrements to a well for Kate and better for myself. But what a fool I am to sit and chat with you when I should bid good morrow to my bride and seal the title with a lovely kiss.
Oh, I'll after him and see the event of this.
Well?
Bianca says, I know you not.
I know you not.
I trust you not.
I trust you not.
Presume not.
Presume not?
Despair not?
Despair not. Women, am I right?
What kind of impression of me is this supposed to be?
Signor Gremio, came you from the church?
As willingly as there I came from school.
And is the bride and bridegroom coming home?
A groom, says you. 'Tis a groom indeed. Grumbling groom, and that the girl shall find.
Why, curse you than she? No, 'tis impossible.
Why, he's a devil, a very fiend.
Why, she's a devil, the devil's dam.
Tut, she's a lamb, a dove, a fool to him. I'll tell you, Sir Lucentio, when the priest should ask he Catherine should be his wife, "Aye, by Gog's wounds," quoth he, and swore so loud that all amazed the priest let fall the book. And as he stooped again to take it up, this mad-brained bridegroom took him such a cuff that down fell priest and book and priest. "Now take them up," quoth he, "if any list."
What said the maid when he rose again?
Trembled and shook, for why he stamped and swore as if the vicar meant to cousin him. This done, he took the bride about the neck and kissed her lips with such a clamorous smack that at the parting all the church did echo. And I came thence for very shame. After me I know the rout is coming. Such a mad marriage never was before.
Gentlemen and friends, I thank you for your pains. I know you think to dine with me today and have prepared great store of wedding cheer, but so it is, my haste doth call me hence, and therefore here I mean to take my leave.
Is it possible you will await tonight?
I must away today, before night come. Make it no wonder if you knew my business, you would entreat me rather go than stay. And, honest company, I thank you all that have beheld me give away myself to this most patient, sweet, and virtuous wife. Dine with my father, drink a health to me, for I must hence, and farewell to you all.
Let us entreat you stay at least till after dinner.
It may not be.
Let me entreat you.
It cannot be.
Let me entreat you.
I am content.
Are you content to stay?
I am content you shall entreat me stay, and yet not stay. Entreat me how you can.
Now, if you love me, stay.
Groom me on my horse.
Nay, then do what thou canst. I will not go today. No, nor tomorrow, not till I please myself. The door is open, sir. There lies your way. You may be jogging while your boots are green for me. I'll not be gone until I please myself.
Kate, content thee. Prithee be not angry.
I will be angry. What hast thou to do? Father, be quiet. He shall stay my leisure.
I'm merry, sir. Now it begins to work.
Gentlemen, forward to the bridal dinner. I see a woman may be made a fool of if she hath not the spirit to resist.
They shall go forward, at thy command. Go to the feast, you that attend on her.
Obey the bride, revel and domineer, carouse full measure to her maidenhead. Be mad and merry, or go hang yourselves. But for my bonny Kate, she must with me. Nay, look not big, nor stare, nor stamp, nor fret. I will be master of what is mine own. She is my goods, my chattels. She is my house, my household stuff, my field, my barn, my horse, my ox, my ass, my anything. And here she stands, touch her whosoever dare. I'll bring mine action on the proudest he that stops my way in pageant. Grumio, draw forth thy weapon. We are beset with thieves. Rescue thy mistress if thou be a man. Fear not, sweet wench, they shall not touch thee, Kate. I'll buckler thee against a million.
Nay, let them go. Oh, a couple of quiet ones.
All the mad matches, never was the like.
Mistress, what's your opinion of your sister?
That being mad herself, she's madly mated.
I warrant him. Petruchio is cated.
tell me, how goes the world?
A cold word, Curtis, in every office but thine. Did thy duty and have thy duty, for my master and mistress are almost frozen to death.
Well, there's fire ready, and therefore, Gagrimio, the news. There's fire ready, and therefore, Gagrimio, the news.
Why, Jack boy, Hoboy, and as much news as will thou.
You are so full of coney catching.
Well, and therefore I have caught an extreme cold. Where's the cook? Is supper ready? The rush is true, the house trimmed, the cobwebs swept, the serving men in their new fusion, the officers with their wedding garments on, be the jacks fair within, the jails fair without, the carpets laid, and everything in order.
All ready, and therefore I pray thee. News.
First, now my horse is tired. My master and mistress fallen out.
How?
Well, out of their saddles and into the dirt. And thereby hangs a tale.
Well, let's hear it, Gagrimio.
Lend thine ear.
Here.
There!
This is to feel a tale, not to hear a tale.
And therefore it is called a sensible tale. Now, and this covers to knock in your ear and beseech listening. Now, I begin. In premise, we come down a foul hill, my master riding behind my mistress.
Both of one horse. Why a horse?
Tell thou the tale! But hast thou not crossed me? Thou shouldst have heard how her horse fell, and she under her horse. Thou shouldst have heard in how miry tale how she was bemoiled. Thou shouldst have heard how he left her with her horse upon her, how he beat me because her horse stumbled, how she waded through the dirt to pluck him off me, how he prayed, how he swore, how she prayed that never prayed before, how I cried, how the horses ran away, how her bridle was burst, how I lost my crupper, and with many things of worthy memory which now shall die in oblivion, and thou return unexperienced to thy grave.
By this reckoning, he is more shrew than she.
Where be these knaves?
Here, sir.
Here, sir. What? No attendance? No regard? No duty? Where is the foolish knave I sent before?
Here, sir, as foolish as I was before. Nathaniel's coat, sir, was not fully made, and Gabriel's pumps were all unpicked in the heel. There was no link to color Peter's hat, and Walter's dagger had not come from sheathing. There were none found but Adam, Rath, and Gregory. The rest were ragged, old, and beggarly. Yet, as they are, here are they come to meet you.
Go! Go, you rascals! Fetch my supper in. Oh, where is the life that late I led? Where were those? Sit down, Kate, and welcome. Why, when I say, nay, good, sweet Kate, be merry. Off with my boots, you rogues, you villains, when? Was the friar of orders gray, as he forth walked on his way. Be merry, Kate. Some water here, welcome. Where are my slippers? Shall I have some water? Come, Kate, and wash, and welcome heartily. You horse and villain, will you let it fall?
Patience, I pray you, 'tis a fault unwilling.
Sit down, Kate. I know you have a stomach. Will you give thanks, sweet Kate, or else shall I? What's this? Mutton? Aye. Who brought it?
I.
'Tis burnt, and so is all the meat. What dogs are these? Where is the rascal cook? How durst you villains bring it from the dresser?
Husband, I pray you, be not so disquiet. The meat was well if you were so contented.
I tell thee, Kate, 'twas burnt and dried away, and I expressly am forbid to touch it, for it engenders choler, planteth anger, and bet you 'twere that both of us did fast, since ourselves are choleric, then feed it with such over-roasted flesh. But be patient, tomorrow it shall be made, and for this night we'll fast for company. Come, I'll show thee to your bridal chamber.
Peter, didst ever see the like?
He kills her in her own humor.
Where is he?
In her bridal chamber, making a sermon of continency towards her, and rails and swears and rates that she, well, the poor soul, knows not which way to stand, to look, to speak, and sits as one new risen from a dream. Away, for he is coming hither.
Thus I have politically begun my reign. 'Tis my hope to end successful. She ate no meat today, nor none shall she eat. Last night she slept not, nor tonight she shall not. As with the meat, some undeserved fault I'll find with the making of the bed. And here I'll fling the pillow, there the bolster, this way the coverlet, another way the sheets. I, amid this early, I intend that all is done in reverent care of her. And, to conclude, she shall watch all night, and if she chance to nod, I'll rail and brawl, and with the clamor keep her still awake. This is a way to kill a wife with kindness, and thus I'll curb her mad and headstrong humor. He that knows better how to tame a shrew, now let us speak. Does charity show?
Forsworn you with Hortensio.
Oh, Tranio, you jest, but have you both forsworn me?
And faith, mistress, we have.
Then we are rid of Litio.
I will have a lusty widow now that shall be wooed and wedded in a week.
Oh, God, give him joy.
Aye, and he'll tame her.
He says so, Tranio.
Faith, he has gone to the taming school.
The taming school? What, is there such a place?
I, Petruchio, is the master that teacheth tricks 11 and 20 long to tame a shrew and charm her chattering tongue.
No, master, I have watched so long that I am dog weary, but at last I spied an ancient angel coming down the hill. Will serve the turn.
What is he, Vianella?
Master, a marketant or a pedant, I know not what, but formal in apparel and gait and countenance, surely like a father.
And what of him, Tranio?
If you be credulous and believe my tale, I'll make him glad to see Vincentio and give assurance of Baptista Minola, as if he were the right Vincentio. Now, take in your love and let me alone. God save you, sir. And you, sir. Travel you far on, or are you at the farthest? At the farthest for a week or two, and up farther, and as far as Rome, and so on to Tripoli, if God so lend me life. Of one countryman, I pray. Of Mantua. Of Mantua, sir! Marry, God forbid, and come you to Padua, careless of your life. My life, sir? How I pray, for that goes hard. 'Tis death for anyone from Mantua to come to Padua. Know you not the cause? Your ships are stayed at Venice, sir, and the Duke, for a private quarrel twixt our Duke and yours, hath published and proclaimed it openly. 'Tis a wonder but that you are newly come. You else would have heard it proclaimed about.
Alas, sir, it is worse for me than so, for I have bills for money by exchange from Florence, and must here deliver them.
This courtesy shall I do for you, and this shall I advise you. First, tell me, have you ever been at Pisa?
Aye, sir, at Pisa have I often been. Pisa, renowned for its brave citizens.
Among them know you one Vincentio.
I know him not, but I have heard of him, a merchant of incomparable wealth.
He is my father, sir, and sooth to say, in countenance somewhat doth resemble you.
As much as an apple doth an oyster and all one.
To save your life in this extremity, this will I do you for his sake, and think it not the worst of all your fortunes that you are so like to Sir Vincentio. His name and credit shall you undertake, and in my house shall you be friendly lodged. So shall you stay till you have done your business in the city. You understand me, sir?
Oh, I do, and shall repeat you ever the patron of my life and liberty.
Well, Go with me then to make the matter good. And this I'd let you know, my father is here looked for every day to pass assurance of a dower twixt myself and one Baptista's daughter. In all these things I'll instruct you. Go with me to clothe you as becomes you.
No, forsooth, I dare not for my life.
The more my wrong, the more his spite appears. What? Did he marry me to famish me? Beggars that come into my father's house upon entreaty have present alms. If not elsewhere, they meet with charity. But I, who never knew how to entreat, nor never needed that I should entreat, am starved for meat. Giddy for lack of sleep, with oaths kept waking and with brawling fed, and that which spites me more than all these wants, he does it in the name of perfect love. As who should say, if I should sleep or eat, 'twere deadly sickness or else present death. I prithee, go and get me some repast. I care not what, so be it wholesome food.
How say you to a fat tripe finely broiled?
I like it well. Good Grumio, go fetch it me.
I cannot tell. I fear 'tis choleric. What say you to a piece of beef and mustard?
A dish you love to feed upon.
Aye, but the mustard is too hard a little.
Why then the beef, and let the mustard rest.
Nay then, I will not. You shall have the mustard, or else you'll get no beef of Grumio.
Then both, or one, or anything thou wilt.
Ah, the mustard without the beef.
Go, thou false deluding slave that feeds me with the very name of meat. Sorrow on thee and all the pack of you that triumphs this over my misery. Go, get thee gone, I say!
And there's my Kate. What? Sweeting, all the more. Mistress, what cheer?
Faith as cold can be.
Pluck up thy spirits, look cheerfully upon me. Here, love, thou seest how diligent I am to dress thy meat myself and bring it thee. I am sure, sweet Kate, kindness merits thanks. What? Not a word? Nay, then thou lovest it not, and all my pains assorted to no proof. Here, take away this.
I pray thee let it stand.
The poorest service is repaid with thanks, and so shall mine before you touch the meat.
Signor Petruchio.
I thank you, sir.
Signor Petruchio, fie, you are to blame. Come, Mistress Kate, I'll bear you company.
And now, my honey love, will we return unto thy father's house, and revel it as bravely as the best, with silken coats and caps and golden rings, with ruffs and puffs and farthingales and things, with scarves and fans and double chains of bravery, with amber bracelets, beads, and all this knavery. What, hast thou done? The tailor stays thy leisure to deck thy body with his ruffling treasure. Come, tailor, let us see these ornaments. Lay forth the gown. What news with you, sir?
Here is the cap your worship did bespeak.
Why, this was molded on a porringer, a velvet dish. Fie, 'tis lewd and filthy. 'Tis a cockle or a walnut shell, a knack, a toy, a trick, a baby's cap. Away with it, come, let me have a bigger.
Have no bigger. This doth fit the time, and gentlewomen...
When you are gentle, you shall have one too, and not till then.
That will not be in haste.
Why, sir, I trust I may have leave to speak. And speak I will. I am no child, no babe. Your betters have endured me say my mind, and if you cannot, best you stop your ears. My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or else my heart concealing it will break, and rather than it shall, I will be free, even to the uttermost as I please in words.
Why, thou sayest true. It is a paltry cap. I love thee well, and that thou likest it not.
Love me, or love me not. I like the cap, and it I will have, or I will have none.
Thy gown! Why, aye, come, tailor, let us see it. Good God! What masking stuff is here? What's this, a sleeve? 'Tis like a demi-cannon. What carved up and down like an apple tart? Here's snip and nip and cut and slish and slash like to a censer in a barber shop. Why, what a devil's name, tailor, callest thou this?
I see she's like to have neither cap nor gown.
You bid me make it orderly and well according to the fashion and the time.
Marry and did. But if you be remembered, I did not bid you mar it to the
I
time.
never saw a better fashioned gown. More quaint, more pleasing, no more commendable. Be like you mean to make a puppet of me.
Why, true. He means to make a puppet of thee.
She says, your worship means to make a puppet of her.
Oh, monstrous arrogance! Thou liest! Thou flit! Thou thimble! 3 quarters, half yard, quarter, nail! I tell thee, that thou hast marred her gown. Hortensio, say thou wilt see the tailor paid. Go, be gone! Take it away and say no more.
Tailor, I'll pay thee for thy gown tomorrow. Take no unkindness of his hasty words. Away, I say, commend me to thy master.
Well, Count my king, we will unto your fathers even in these honest, mean habiliments. Our purses shall be proud, our garments poor, for 'tis the mind that makes the body rich. And as the sun breaks through the darkest clouds, so honor appeareth in the meanest habit. What? Is the jay more precious than the lark because its feathers are more beautiful? Or is the adder better than the eel because his painted skin contents the eye? Oh no, good Kate, neither art thou the worse for this poor furniture and mean array. If thou countest it shame, lay it on me, and therefore frolic. We will henceforth to feast and sport us at thy father's house. Go, call my men, and we will straight to him. And fetch our horses unto Long Lane End. There will we mount, and thither walk on foot. Now let's see. It's now some 7 o'clock, and we may come there by dinner time.
I dare assure you, sir, 'tis almost 2, and 'twill be supper time ere you go there.
It shall be 7 ere I go to horse. Look what I speak, or do, or think to do. You're still crossing it. Sirs, let's alone. I will not go to it. And ere I do, it shall be what o'clock I say it is.
Why, so this gallant will command the sun.
Come on, in God's name! Once more toward our fathers. Good Lord, how bright and goodly shines the moon.
The sun. It is not moonlight now.
I say it is the moon that shines so bright.
I know it is the sun that shines so bright.
Now by my mother's son, and that's myself, it shall be moon, or star, or what I list, or ere I journey to your father's house. Go, fetch our horses back again. Evermore crossed and crossed, nothing but crossed.
Forward, I pray, since we have come so far. And be it moon or star or what you please. And if you please to call it a rush candle henceforth, I vow it shall be so for me.
I say it is the moon.
I know it is the moon.
Nay, then he lies, the blessed sun!
God be blessed, it is the blessed sun! But son, it is not when you say it is not, and the moon changes, even as your mind. What you will have it named, even that it is, and so it shall be for Catherine.
Petruchio, go thy ways. The field is won.
Well, forward, forward! Thus the bowl should run, not unluckily against the bias, but so, company is here. Good morrow, gentle mistress. Where away? Tell me, Kate, and tell me truly too, hast thou beheld a fresher gentlewoman? Such war of white and red within her cheeks! What stars do spangle heaven with such beauty as those two eyes become that heavenly face? Fair, lovely maid, once more, good day to thee. Sweet Kate, embrace her for her beauty's sake.
He will make the man mad to make the woman of him.
Young budding virgin, fresh and fair and sweet, whither away, or where is thy abode? Happy the parents of so fair a child, happier the man whom favorable stars allots thee for his lovely bedfellow.
Why, how now, Kate? I hope thou art not mad. This is a man, old, wrinkled, faded, withered, not a maiden as thou sayest he is.
Pardon, sweet father, my mistaking eyes that have been so bedazzled with the sun that everything I look on seemeth green. Now I perceive thou art a reverend father. Pardon, I pray you, for my mad mistake.
Good old grandsire, and withal make known which way thou travelest, if along with us we be joyful of thy company.
Fair sir, and you, my merry mistress, that with your strange encounter much amazed me. My name is Vincentio, my dwelling Pisa, and bound I am to Padua, there to visit a son of mine whom long I have not seen.
What is his name?
Lucentio, gentle sir.
Happily met! The happier for thy son! And now by law, as well as reverend age, I may entitle thee my loving father. The sister to my wife, this gentlewoman, thy son hath married. Wonder not, nor be not grieved, she is of good esteem, her dowry wealthy, and of worthy birth. Besides, so qualified as may beseem the spouse of any noble gentleman. Let me embrace with old Vincentio, and wander we to see thy honest son, who of thy arrival will be full joyous.
But is this true? Or is it your pleasure, like pleasant travelers, to break a jest upon a fellow traveler you overtake?
I do assure thee, father, so it is.
Come, go along and see the truth hereof, for our first merriment hath made thee jealous.
Well, Petruchio, this has put me in heart. Have to my widow, and if she be froward, then hast thou taught Hortensio to be untoward.
Softly and swiftly, sir, for the priest is ready.
I fly, Biandello, but they may chance to need thee at home, therefore leave us.
Nay, faith, I'll see the church at your back and come back to my masters as soon as I can.
Sir, here's the door. This is Vincentio's house. My father's bears more toward the marketplace, if thither must I. And here I am.
Oh, you shall not choose, but drink before you go. I think I shall command your welcome here, and by all likelihood some cheer is toward.
They're busy within. You were best knock louder.
What's he that knocks as he would beat down the gate?
Is Signor Lucentio within, sir?
He is within, sir, but not to be spoken withal.
What if a man bring 100 pound or two to make merry withal?
Keep your 100 pounds to yourself. He shall need none so long as I live.
Do you hear, sir? Pray, I told you your son was well beloved in Padua. And do you hear, sir? I pray you to leave frivolous circumstances. Tell Signor Lucentio that his father is come from Pisa and is here at the door to speak with him.
Thou liest! His father has come from Padua and is here looking out at the window.
Why, how now, sir? Why, this is flat knavery to take upon you another man's name.
Lay hands on the villain. I believe he needs to costen somebody in the city under my countenance.
I have seen them in the church together. God send them good shipping. But who comes here? Mine old master Vincentio, now we are undone and brought to nothing.
Come hither, crack hemp!
I hope I may choose, sir.
Come hither, you rogue! What? Have you forgot me?
Forgot you? Why, no, sir, I could not forget you, for I never saw you before in all my life.
What notorious villain! Didst thou not remember thy master's father, Vincentio?
Hell, here's a madman to murder me.
Come here!
Son!
What are you doing?
Your stop!
Now!
Prithee, kid, let's stand aside and see the end of this controversy.
Who are you, sir, that offer to be my servant?
What am I? Nay, what are you, sir? Oh, immortal gods! Oh, fine villain! A silken cloak, a velvet hose, a scarlet cloak, and a capitain hat! Oh, I am undone! I am undone! While I play the good husband at home, my son and his servant spend all at the university.
Oh, you mistake, sir. You mistake, sir. Pray, what do you think his name is?
His name? As if I knew not his name. I have raised him since he was 3 years old, and his name is Trania.
Away, mad ass! His name is Lucentio, and he is my only son, heir to the lands of me, Signor Vincentio.
Lucentio? Oh! He hath murdered his master!
What? No!
Lay hold of him, I charge thee, in the name of the Duke. Oh, my son! Oh, sweet son! What hast thou done with my son, Lucentio?
Sweet father,
livest thou, my sweet son?
How was thou offended? Where is Lucentio?
Here's Lucentio, right son to the right, Vincentio, that have by marriage made thy daughter mine, while counterfeit supposes bleared thine eye.
No, pray, tell me, is not this my cambio?
My cambio is changed into Lucentio.
Love wrought these miracles. Bianca's love made me exchange my state with Tranio, while he did bear my countenance in the town, and happily I have arrived at the last unto the wished haven of my bliss.
Aww.
What Tranio did myself enforced him to, then pardon him, sweet father, for my sake.
But do you hear, sir? Have you asked for my goodwill before marrying my daughter?
Fear not, Senor Baptista. We will content thee.
Look not pale, Bianca, thy father will not frown.
Husband, let's follow and see the end of this ado.
First kiss me, Kate, and we will.
What, in the middle of the street?
What? Art thou ashamed of me?
No, sir, God forbid, but ashamed to kiss.
Why, then let's home again.
Nay, then, I will give thee a kiss. Now, I pray thee, love, stay.
Is this not well? Better once than never, for never too late.
At last, though long, our charring notes agree, and time it is when raging war is done to smile at escapes and perils o'erblown. My fair Bianca, bid my father welcome, as I with self-same kindness welcome thine, brother Petruchio, sister Caterina, and thou, Hortensio, with thy loving widow, feast with the best, and welcome to my house. My banquet is to close our stomachs up after our great good cheer. Pray you sit down, for now we sit to chat as well as eat.
Nothing but sit, and eat and eat.
Padua affords this kindness, son.
Pedro affords nothing but what is kind.
For both our sakes, I would that word were true.
Now, for my life, Hortensio fears his widow.
Then never trust me if I be afeard.
You are very sensible, and yet you miss my sense. I mean, Hortensio is afeard of you.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round.
Ooh, roundly reply.
Ushers, how mean do you that? Thus I conceive by him.
Conceives by me? How likes a Hortensio that?
My widow says that she conceives her tale.
Very well meant. Kiss him for that, good widow.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round. I pray you tell me what you mean by that. Your husband, being troubled with a shrew, measures my husband's sorrow by his woe. And now you know my meaning. A very mean meaning. Right. I mean you. And I am mean indeed, respecting you.
To her, Kate! To her, widow. 100 marks, my Kate does put her down.
That's my office.
Now, in good sadness, son Petruchio, I think thou hast the veriest shrew of all.
Well, I say no. And therefore, for assurance, let's each one send unto his wife, and he whose wife is most obedient to come at first when he doth send for her shall win the wager we will propose.
Content. What's the wager?
20 crowns.
20 crowns? I'll venture so much of my hawk or hound, but 20 times so much upon my wife.
100 then.
Content.
A match 'tis done.
Who shall begin?
That will I. Go, Biondello, bid your mistress come to me.
I go.
Son, I'll be your half. Bianca comes.
I'll have no halves. I'll bear it all myself. How now, what news?
Sir, my mistress sends you word that she is busy and she cannot come.
How? She is busy, and she cannot come. Is that an answer?
Aye, and a kind one too. Pray God, sir, your wife send you not a worse.
I hope better.
Sirrah Biondello, go and entreat my wife to come to me forthwith.
Oh, entreat her! Nay, then she must needs come.
I'm afraid, sir, do what you can. Yours will not be entreated. Now, where's my wife?
She says you have some goodly jest in hand. She will not come. She bids you come to her.
Worse and worse! She will not come. Oh, vile, intolerable, not to be endured. Sirrah, Grumio, go to thy mistress. Say that I command her to come.
I know her answer.
What?
She will not.
The foul of fortune mine, and there an end.
Oh, now by St. Jamie, here comes Caterina.
What What is your will, sir, that you send for me?
Where is your sister and Hortensio's wife?
They are conferring in the parlor, Prior.
Go and bring them hither. If they deny to come, swinge me them soundly forth unto their husbands. Away, I say, bring them hither straight.
Here is a wonder if you talk of a wonder.
And so it is. I wonder what it bodes.
Marry peace it bodes, and love, and quiet life, and awful rule and right supremacy.
Now fair befall thee, son Petruchio. The wager thou hast won, and unto their losses I will add 20,000 crowns, another dowry for another daughter, for she is changed as she had never been before.
Nay, I'll win my wager better yet, and show more sign of her new-built virtue, her obedience, and new-built obedience. See where she comes and brings your froward wives as prisoners to her womanly persuasion. Catherine, that cap of yours becomes you not. Off with that bauble, throw it underfoot.
Lord, let me never have a cause to sigh till I be brought to such a silly pass.
Why, what a foolish duty call you this?
I would your duty were as foolish too. The wisdom of your duty, fair Bianca, hath cost me 100 crowns since supper time.
Poor fool you for laying on my duty.
Catherine, I charge thee tell these headstrong women what duty they do owe their lords and husbands.
Come, we will have no telling.
Come on, I say. First begin with her.
She shall not.
I say she shall. And first begin with her.
Fie. Unknit that threatening, unkind brow, and dart not scornful glances from those eyes to wound thy lord, thy king, thy governor. It blots thy beauty as frosts do bite the meads, confounds thy fame as whirlwinds shake fair buds, and in no sense is meet or amiable. A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of beauty, and while it is so, none so dry or thirsty will deign to sip or touch one drop of it. Thy husband is thy lord, thy life, thy keeper, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee, and for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labor, both by sea and land, to watch the night in cold, the day in cold, while thou liest warm at home, secure and safe, and craves no other tribute at thy hands but love, fair looks, and true obedience. Too little payment for so great a debt. Such duty as the subject owes the prince, even such a woman oweth to her husband. And when she is froward, peevish, sullen, sour, and not obedient to his honest will, what is she? But a foul, contending rebel and graceless traitor to her loving lord. I am ashamed that women are so simple to offer war when they should kneel for peace, or strive for rule, supremacy, and sway when they are bound to serve, love, and obey. Why are our bodies soft and weak and smooth, unapt to toil and trouble in the world, but that our soft conditions and our hearts should well agree with our external parts? Come, you froward and unable worm.
Kate,
please! My mind hath been as big as one of yours, my heart as great, my reason haply more. To bandy word for word and frown for frown, but now I see our lances are but straws. Our strength is weak. Our weakness past compare. That seeming to be most which we indeed least are. And veil your stomachs, for it is no boot. And place your hand below your husband's foot. In token of such duty, if he please, my hand is ready. May it do him ease.
Why, there's a wench. Come on and kiss me, Kate. Come, Kate, we'll to bed. We three are married, but you two are sped. 'Twas I that won the wager, though you hit the white. And being a winner, God give you good night.